Hey, this is Gina Dinas Bait. This report is current as of Friday the 8th here. Things along the chain here seem to be pretty consistent. Best bite for panfish is on Monona. The perch bite on Lake Mendota continues to be fairly tough. Talking to quite a few guys that continue to go out there, and every once in a while they have a really good experience, some good fish, some perch up to 11 inches, some 10-inch perch, some 9-inch perch. But it doesn't happen all the time, and even then when it does happen, they don't seem to be able to catch, lots of fish, but they'll catch quite a few. Some friends of mine were out the other day. They had about 26 or 7 of them in the morning that were, 10 inches, 11 inches. But they said the bite quit at 9:30 in the morning and they couldn't find them again. And they haven't done well since. So it's just one of those things. You got to kind of get out and poke around if that's what you want to do. Smallmouth bass on Mendota, a lot of them still seem to be along the weed lines, doing okay with some plastics, or a lot of the guys are throwing half a crawler or leech on a small hook and a split shot along the weed line. Some of the guys are fishing out a little deeper with Lindy rigs. Every once in a while I hear some nice walleyes come off the lake, although I couldn't tell you exactly where they're at or what they're doing, but they are getting a few nice fish. White bass guys are getting a few white bass trolling out of Warner Bay and out off Governor's Island, Maple Bluff, out in that area. Not big numbers of fish, but they are big fish. A lot of 14-inch white bass or so, 12, 14 inchers, some big ones. Over on Lake Monona, the bluegill action, there's still some fish along the weeds, although those seem to be smaller fish on the weed lines. The bigger ones seem to be moving out into the deeper water. There were a few days a week ago or so where they were out suspended over deep water, 50 feet of water or so, but lately by deep water I mean they're catching them out in about 25 feet of water, and they're generally down near the bottom. Some good areas to look would be over by Hudson Park, over by Obrick, Sluter Beach, also out in front of the rock pile at Squaw Bay, and out in front of Turtle Point. I've even heard some perch out in front of Turtle Point. Some of the guys are still getting a few perch in the weed lines over by Olin Park in that area. And Sluter Beach, I heard some nice perch in the weeds on Sluter Beach one day. Otherwise, there's a lot of small perch in those weeds too. Muskie fishermen have been saying it's been kind of slow lately. I haven't heard a whole lot other than some of these warm days. Some of the guys will get into some of these cooler, shallow water areas and find some muskie and pike in those areas at times. Bass fishermen say that the largemouth have been pretty tough on the lakes right now, especially at Monona and Waubesa. It doesn't sound like there's a lot going on bass-wise. And Lake Kegonsa continues to be fairly quiet. I don't hear much of anything coming down there right now. I guess I skipped over Lake Waubesa. The panfish action down there is a little tough, although the bluegills and crappies are nice size when you find them. They do seem to be out in a little deeper water, like 18 to 24 feet of water or so. A lot of times they're right down near the bottom, south of Hog Island in that area, and over towards the Green Lantern Bar. That flat out through there, there's been some bluegill crappie action out there, but it's pretty sporadic, and I don't hear anything real consistent down there at all. That's about all I have for you right now. If you want to give me a call here at the store at 608-241-4225, that would be great. Thanks. Bye.